So today we're going to jump in and deconstruct Not Yet. It's this really poignant sci-fi romance that gets you thinking about time, regret, and what a second chance really truly means. Let's dive right in. You know, the whole story is built around that strange feeling of recognition, that little spark where you feel like you know someone you've absolutely never met. So this question, have we met before? It's not just the line. It's the central mystery our characters have to figure out.
Our journey kicks off on a train, but listen, this is not your average commute. Our main character is just kind of sitting there, calm, watching the worlds go by. But slowly, these little, unsettling details start to creep in, and you realize something is just off. And the first clue? It's really subtle. It's a piece of tech that just doesn't fit, a phone that feels ancient, clunky, out of place. It's the kind of thing you might notice for a second and then just brush off. Then, another little detail pops up, a piece of fashion that just screams of a totally different era. You know, the kind of thing you'd see in your parents' old photos. That feeling that time is all jumbled up? Yeah, it's starting to get stronger. And then comes the one detail that just completely shatters any sense of normal. A newspaper from the future. Okay, so this isn't just an old, out-of-place object. This is an impossible one. And it confirms that something is deeply, profoundly wrong here. But here's the really weird part. Our guy, he sees all this, but he doesn't really feel it. He's just passively observing. He's curious about these strange clouds rolling in, but he's completely unbothered by the fact that they're signaling a massive storm. Now, this strange kind of dreamlike state, well, it can't last forever, right? The thing that changes everything arrives in the form of another passenger, a woman, and her presence just breaks the spell, forcing this terrifying awareness right to the surface. And this is the moment everything flips. It's not just that he sees her fear, it's that her fear awakens his own. It's this instant connection, a shared realization that they're the only two people on this entire train who are actually awake. Okay, so what's really interesting here is how this slide breaks down the core conflict. Everyone on this train is in one of two states. You've got calm, which is peaceful, sure, but it's also disconnected. You're basically gone. And then you have awake, which is terrifying and confusing, but it also means you're present, you're questioning, and you're truly alive. All right, Section 3, the conductor's choice. Now, we get to meet a super important figure who's kind of managing this whole strange reality. He's this impossibly kind guide, but you know he's got some mysterious purpose. So we start to see this pattern repeat itself. A passenger gets up, they try to leave, but they hesitate at the door, right? They get scared. And at that exact moment, the conductor just appears. He gently touches them, and all that fear, that whole desire to leave, it just drains away. And they go right back to their seat, back into that peaceful, disconnected state. This is what he always says. Two simple words spoken with this incredible kindness. Not yet. It's not a threat, it's a gentle command. It's a barrier that keeps everyone on the train, but it also has this little hint of a promise that maybe, just maybe, a yes could exist someday. And here, right here, is where the story gives us its most powerful idea. See, the other passengers are just waiting. It's a passive, maybe even endless state. But to get their second chance, our characters realize they have to be ready. And being ready, that's an active choice. It means facing that fear, staying present, and getting prepared to act together. It's a great reminder that second chances aren't just handed to you, you have to earn them. So, section 4, stepping off the platform. Their decision to leave together leads to the climax, and this is where the train's true nature is finally revealed. The second his feet touch that platform, it's like whoosh. The physical weight of age just falls away. The chronic aches, the weight of years he didn't even know he was carrying, they just vanish. And that's the first real sign that this train wasn't just moving through space, it was moving through time. And this brilliantly illustrates the real transformation. He looks at her, and she's not a woman in her 50s anymore. She's a young woman, maybe 20, 21 years old. The train was basically a vessel holding them outside of normal time, preserving them just as they were when they made their biggest regret. Okay, section 5, the memory of us. With the spell of the train totally broken, the truth just comes flooding back, and it finally explains everything. This slide just lays out the heartbreaking math of their lives. They broke up when they were 22. He lived for another 10 years before he found the train, but she lived for 30 more years. They got on the same train, decades apart, carrying the exact same regret from the exact same moment. And there it is, the moment it all went wrong. He was scared of commitment, asking for more time, and she felt like she just couldn't wait any longer. It's that classic failure of timing and courage, where his fear crashed into her impatience, and their whole future together just dissolved. All right, our final section. Ready for a second chance. This is where the last piece of the puzzle clicks into place, reframing everything we thought we knew. The train, it wasn't a prison. It was a waiting room. The conductor wasn't their jailer at all. He was their facilitator. I mean, think about it. He deliberately sat them right next to each other. He must have known they were the key to waking each other up. His job was just to keep things calm until they were both present and finally ready to face their past together. And this is just the beautiful final confirmation. A tiny shared detail from the life they were supposed to have built, the color they had picked out for their bedroom. It's this little whisper from the past that proves their connection is real, and it signals that they are finally ready to build a future. Ultimately, the story leaves us standing there on the platform with them, facing a future that's totally unknown. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the thing that feels like a prison is actually a place of waiting, giving us the time we need to finally be ready. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. What would you do with a second chance?